I do this every time. I do this every time, and I'm gonna let y'all see it this time. I do this every time. I always start off, I think I'm that way, so things are different this way. So, what is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? I'm telling y'all, you can act like you believe, or you can truly believe, because God is good. I kept saying, it's some things that in the YouTube world, oh shoot, wait a minute, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all see. This is gonna be bloopers week. Mike Cross blooper week. I didn't turn the other camera on yet. So, there's some things in the YouTube world that can't be, the behind the scenes stuff, just like what's happening in the music world. There's some behind the scenes stuff that we didn't know that's going on. But the YouTube world ain't nothing like that. It's just things that's going on. More like beef. You can't do this or you can't forget you, whatever. More like beef, stuff like that. But anyway, I wanted to do a reaction on this beautiful lady was at the parties or whatever. Miss English. I'm just gonna call her Miss English. And things always prevail so you can help put out the message. We do what we do, man. Y'all hit that, y'all don't care about that part, you know. This is part 2. I'm actually starting off on part 2, and I'm gonna do like this when it's more of a hint of the reason why we're doing this. Anyway, man, forget all that. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I missed my echo. Let's check
Hello,
this bad boy out,
everybody, and welcome to another episode of Serving with Purpose. I'm Danny.
I'm 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦.
Serving with purpose. Oh, I forgot to say. Serving with purpose. Serving with purpose. Y'all go over to their channel. Check them out. Hit the subscribe button for them, man. Tell them that the Music Recording Network brought y'all over there. I would appreciate it. Let's do that. Let them know that the Music Recording Network is sending people their way. That's
And
how we do.
welcome to part 2 with 𝗟𝗓𝗓 English.
Hi.
Hello, 𝗟𝗓𝗓.
Thank you guys
so
for having
much.
me. Thank you, Catalina. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it.
Miss English.
Yes, I had to come back and support my girls.
Serving with a
'cause,
purpose.
we have to do it. We got to tell the truth. We have to,
Hey,
expose
serving
the
with a
wrongdoers, the
purpose.
evildoers. It's time for them to be exposed, and it's time for God's true plan and purpose for our lives to manifest and come to fruition. And I'm so grateful that you guys are having me as a part of your podcast to be able to share with the world. Thank you.
Of course, it's our pleasure, and thank you so much for coming back. And a quick note before we get into this, all of the questions and, the comments and everything else. We got so much feedback from you, girl. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And
Thank you. I
also a
appreciate
big shout out to Max V World Media and also Make It Make Sense podcast. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful viewers, comments, and everything else. Thank you. We
And
appreciate
just reminding
Make it make
everybody,
sense,
YouTube is
baby.
a community. We are here to help each other, and you guys are allowed to use the video shorts or use for make your own content. Just give us the credit, okay?
Absolutely.
Follow the rules, we good. And we have a lot of this.
Most definite, ladies. Most definitely, ladies. Most definitely, ladies. Follow the rules and we're good. Shout out to them. Serving with a purpose or something like that. My bad, y'all. I'm terrible with these names. But this is part 2. 2 beautiful ladies, man. I like that. I love her accent too.
These questions on our comments. For make your own content, just give us the credit, okay?
Absolutely.
Follow the rules, we good. And we have a lot of these questions on our comments. And we're going straight to the point because you guys have no time to waste. And we have the part 1. If you didn't see the part 1, go see the part 1.
Go check out part
Check
1.
it out.
The
Check
question
it out.
is why you kept coming back to the parties.
Okay, that's a good question. Thank you,
Of course.
Carolina, and
Was
the
big
viewers.
fan.
It's real simple. I kept coming back because the first party was above board, so I came back for the second party because it was above board the first time. Had a great time. I networked. I made,
It was what? I'm
above
sorry.
board.
Above board. Got it.
Yes, it was very legit.
It was.
I ain't know what she was saying, man. My bad. Hold up. The party was what? That must be some street talk from
Okay, that's a good question. Thank you, Carolina and the viewers. It's real simple. I kept coming back because the first party was above board, so I came back for the second party because it was above board the first time. Had a great time. I networked. I made,
It was what? I'm
above
sorry.
board.
Above board. Got it.
Yes, it was very legit.
It was up. Yes.
Yeah, yes. I got to network. I met a lot of people. I got to display my talent. I got complimented by a lot of, major celebrities that, I was just excited that they even recognized me, So I had a great time the first time. So coming back for party number 2 was based on my experience from party number 1, Party number 2 is where it took a turn for the evil. And I saw, and had to experience, below board and the sinister things that they were going on as far as the ritualistic part of it and the demonic and evil entities that, they were conjuring up. That all started on party number 2. But the reason why I went to party number 3 and 4 and 5 is because after you do something at party number 2 and they say you're getting closer, the next party, this is it, where I'm going to announce you as my newest member, a bad boy, and then now it's party number 3, and now you done already sucked and fucked, you know what I mean? Now you're like, I already did that, so now it's party number 3. You're like, this the time you're going to announce me. Go do it, and at the end of the party, I'm going to announce it. Well, by the end of the party, I'm drugged and I'm fucked up. So now you're mad at yourself, like, dang, if you didn't get that faded, you thinking it's you. If you wouldn't have drank that much champagne, then you wouldn't have passed out. So now he blaming it on you. Well, you was by the time we was going to announce you was out. So now it's party number 4. This the time. I done already did stuff party number 2 and number 3. So it's like, then that's when he starts saying, well, it's like an initiation. You have friends that are in fraternities and sororities, right? They had to do everything and then get to the point where they cross the line and now they're within our fold. You're right there. All you got to do is what you doing at this one. And this has to be, the time that I got to announce you because you done put in all this work for me. But then I'm drugged again, and now you drugging me, and I done went somewhere for 3 and 4 days. Blink twice, they made that movie about us. We thought we was gone for days, and it turned into weeks and months sometimes, you know what I mean? So now you done did all of that. Now they're inviting you again. You thought you was X'd out. You thought you messed up. Now, I'm still good enough to come back? So I'm coming, it was coercion of the heart. He knew I wanted to rap and sing. He knew I wanted to be on their level as far as entertainment and being able to, because I have healing music. The music I'm not, shout out to Sexy Red and all them, but I'm not leading people to souls. Like, God literally does not want to know the color of your private parts. He made them. He designed them. Why are you even focused on that? You know what I mean? So I wasn't focused on that, and he knew, and I believe that was the reason why he never really let me out, because he knew my music was spiritually inviting and engaging to the soul and heals you. And I'm still coming out with you guys. I really appreciate if you guys support me. I don't care if I'm going on 47 years old, I'm dropping it. Because the music is timeless, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And y'all ain't never got to hear it. Y'all judge for yourself. I'm going to still drop it, you know what I'm saying? But that
Best
was
of luck to you with that, girl.
Thank you. And that was the reason why I kept coming back, because he kept promising me and coercing my heart. And I thought this time was going to be it.
He was manipulating you.
Very much so.
Dangling the carrot,
and I fell for it.
The next time. It's always the next time.
The next time.
Yeah.
And I had already did all of this the last time. So it's
why not?
Right. And back in California, I had been promised so many things by different people. And Jake Steed, the original person that got me into the adult entertainment industry, had promised me the same kind of thing where I signed a residual contract, and he's been getting paid off of my movies over 20 years. He put me on P-Hub. He's put me on all the, you can Google me, my movies pop right up. Those movies were all shot in a 6-month period of my life back in 1999. I did 8 movies. Excuse me. I did 8 movies in a 6-month period. I was
with your boyfriend.
With my boyfriend.
With your boyfriend.
Jake Steed. He was my boyfriend at the time. He wasn't just somebody I was casually with.
Wasn't different actors.
Did you know his career?
No, it was all in the beginning. Okay. No, I did not know that he only had done 1 or 2 before Well, I heard now Jaguar told me that it was like 6 other girls he did this to.
I saw that.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Jaguar Wright. I love you.
Shout out to Jaguar
I
Wright.
love you,
Oh,
Jaguar.
my goodness.
Jaggy,
Wow.
that's my Jaggy.
Right, please. I would love to have you on. Yes,
I love
Jaguar
her.
Wright.
I love her.
Amazing.
She's an amazing spirit, amazing soul, amazing voice. She sang to me. I cried. It was healing. It was amazing.
That was a powerful interview.
It was so powerful because
I really thought she was beefing with Jaguar. Maybe this is before or after. See, it's hard for me to keep up because Jaguar has said a lot of things. Well, I don't know about her and her little girlfriend, Meaty. Oh
I didn't know
if, these names
how
right.
I was viewed or perceived. I was gonna say conceived. I know how I was conceived, but I didn't know if I was perceived a certain way. So for her to validate me and say that I was set up from the beginning, that they knew who I was from the beginning.
Yeah, let our viewers know.
That's premeditated. Y'all go into it. So, me being an XP star,
Right.
like I said, I got manipulated into it by Jake Steed. It was 6 months of my life back in 99. My parents didn't find out about it until 2004, 5 years later. So for those 5 years, I was living with this dark cloud of, like, I hope today's not the day they find out. Hope they don't find out. It was like something told me they was going to find out. And then the day that they found out, they called me at work. I was working at Hoag Hospital in Newport Beach as a telemetry technician, in charge of heart monitors in the critical care unit for the nurses. It was my job and responsibility to let them know if their patient went into a deadly arrhythmia or their heart, started slowing down. And then I also transcribed doctor's orders and, implemented the computer, answered the phones, dealt with the patient's family members that was coming, to the desk, all at the same damn time. So I was very professional before working for Diddy. I was on my job for years. And it just turned into a whirlwind as far as, I don't know.
So the boyfriend got you into it, but then Jaguar knew that Jake Steed, she had heard that he had a reputation for, introducing girls, because that's how you got into to be around a Diddy.
Well, yeah, because I went to Long Beach State and they put me in the co-ed dorms. And so to the left on my same floor were all the male athletes. So the basketball players, the football players, they were always partying and drinking and having their girls and stuff running around. And then to the right where I was, dormed at, were the females. They were good girls, the little Asian ladies and the white girls and stuff, but they didn't too much befriend me. The girls that were just from day one, saying, hey, come hang out with us, were for Long Beach, Compton, LA. They were like the fast girls in the fast life. But
the cool kids.
The cool kids, but to them, they were their normal. Like their fast life to me was like what? Because I was from the suburbs. I went to junior high school I went to elementary school in West Cove in West Covina. Then I went to junior high school in Chino, California at Lyle S. Briggs. And then I went to Ontario High School, but I was still living in Chino. I used a friend's address. I went to go to high school with my friends. So I went to Ontario High School. I got all A's in every grade I was ever been in. I never had to study. I was just a natural. So when I got accepted to college, I got accepted to Long Beach State and I got accepted to USC. But nobody sat down with me and helped me write out a scholarship. I thought when you graduate, you naturally get a scholarship because you have all A's. But not a teacher, not a counselor, a principal, not my parents said, hey, this girl's been getting A's her whole life. It's time for her to go to college. Let's sit down and help her write out a scholarship. So I thought it was automatic. Excuse me. So when I went across the stage and got my diploma, I literally graduated in white and everybody else was in maroon. Literally, I have all the
valedictorian.
Right. Turned into a valedictorian, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I came back though. I'm a good girl again. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Literally. So when they just had to
That's crazy. So basically she's book smart like a mother. So that I just learned that about her. She is very, very book smart. She can probably spell every word in the dictionary. And y'all clearly know that I'm the opposite. I got 2 people that don't even, their second language is English and they correct a bunch of my spelling. But that just goes to show you, I keep telling people, but don't nobody want to listen to me. Everybody want to tell me what to do. Don't nobody want to listen to me. You could be as smart as you want, go to school, get good grades, get a good education, all that stuff. So you can get a good job and be broke the rest of your life. Or you can learn how to make your own money and hustle. Not out on the street hustle, internet hustling. Make your dreams your realities. Doing music, hustle doing hair, hustle doing fingernails. Do the hustle of whatever it is you like. If you like cars, hustle cars. If you like boats, hustle boats. You got to learn how to hustle.
My diploma, I'm like, where is my scholarship? And they explain back to I'm a good girl again. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Literally. So when they just handed me my diploma, I'm like, where is my scholarship? And they explained to me, well, college coming up now, it's too late. You missed all the deadlines. Oh, so my parents, even though they worked and provided and gave us everything, because my dad was LAPD sergeant, my mom was hospital director. So we always had money, we always had things, but they were always working, so we never had the attention and the love per se. At least not what I wanted for myself.
You hear that? You hear that? Y'all hear that, right? They do workaholics to get all this stuff that make you feel good, you think. Jewelry, new cars, hair, makeup. Look at all that makeup.
But we always had meals, always dinner on the table. It was always Christmas presents. It was always birthday presents through my mom.
Always dinner on the table.
And my dad was always financially, giving my mom his paycheck.
Everything but love.
We always lived good, but I yearn for love. Like, I don't, I'd rather be in a 1-bedroom apartment that's filled with a bunch of love than a big old mansion and nobody talk to each other. You know what I mean?
Very true.
And so, him knowing all of that, Jake, that, anyway, going back to those girls, so they were stripping to get through college. They were stripping, they were paying their tuition, so what happened was I got accepted to Long Beach State and USC. My parents didn't set any money aside because they were paying their bills and all that, and so they told me they didn't have enough to send me to USC, so I took loans to go to Long Beach State. They put me in a co-ed dorm. The athletes to the left, the girls that was stripping was to the right. I hung out with the stripper girls. That's how I ended up meeting Jake Steve, by hanging out with them, going to their job, which was a strip club and everything. And then their mothers would visit them on the weekends. And my mom never had time for me. She never visited me once. So I viewed that as, hey, if they're stripping and doing all that and they mama coming to visit them, I've never been in college in my life. And my mama haven't come not one time and never came. They must be doing something right, you know what I mean? Wow. So I thought their lifestyle was like better than mine because your mama comes to see you. Right. You paying your for your school and you paying your mama's rent. Mm-hmm. My mama, they got all the money, but they not. I'm paying my own. I'm taking loans to pay for it. They not visiting me, so I thought they knew the plan better than I was. That I knew. I thought maybe they, my parents kept me from knowing what the real was. Mm-hmm. My parents thought in their minds they were sheltering me, keeping me from, because they grew up in L.A. My mom went to Crenshaw High, graduated in 1976 with Ice-T. Ice-T was in the same class with my mom. And so my mom grew up seeing a lot of L.A. behavior, so she thought she was protecting us by raising us outside of that, but she should have put us up on game at the same time and said, I have y'all living over here because in L.A. they'll do this. There's manipulators that do that. My dad was a cop. He seen it, but they didn't tell us nothing. They thought by not telling us, we won't experience it. But I think by us being naive, that's why we fell more victim to the things that, people that are raised around it most, would have been keen on or, whatever.
I hate when parents do that. I got adult parents, my friends and everything. I hate when they do that. And the kids turn out, you trying to shush them from the real world. And then when the real world jumps right into their face, they don't know what the heck to do. They're shocked. They're looking for mommy. Mommy, where's the shield to protect me from this like you've been doing? No mommy around. Now you're getting your behind beat or it's right in your face and you don't know what to do. Yeah.
Around with them, I meet Jake Steed. He befriends me as, I like how you're not one of the dancers like them. You're just hanging out. You're so pretty. I was skinnier back then. I thought I didn't have no body because I'm so skinny. And he was like, you're pretty like that. Look at all of them. By the time they get older, their body's going to be, you're going to be gorgeous. And which he's true. You know what I mean? I'm going on 47
no
years
lies
old.
told. Huh?
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Everything is natural and real. So he did predict that, you know what I mean? But he played on my naiveness and the fact that I was sheltered my whole life. And like, he was good looking. Had a big package going on down there and he knew what to do with it. And he dignitized me. And But after that, you know, we would have such amazing,
Wow, girl, you got some words.
love-making intercourse that he said, hey, baby, I have a way for us to be straight forever and you don't have to worry about nothing. And he was like, you know how good we make this good love. If we record it, there's people out there that will watch and pay us for it. And I was like, what? And I'm like, and he was like, for real. But the good thing about it, nobody will ever find out. It'll be like, he said, we'll view it overseas. And back then when I was 19, 20 years old, overseas sounded so far away. Like, I never thought I would have ever gone out the country. And to
there
this,
was no social media.
there was no social media. None of that. It was the MySpace was barely coming out.
Right.
You didn't talk to people over in Canada and you couldn't just click on and see your favorite star. You couldn't just see what Michael Jackson doing right now.
At the push
you know what I mean? You're right. You can't like right now we could just see what Cardi B doing when Nicki Minaj talking about like where they were just at.
Right.
They didn't have their podcast and their radio station. You know what I mean? Paula Abdul didn't just have her popping. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Paula Abdul. You know, straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love
me forever?
That was my move back then, for real. And no, so you know what I mean. I believed him. You know what I mean? Okay, we'll have money. And then he said, and what's even better, I'm gonna pay you now, and I'm gonna get us paid forever. We're gonna sign residual contracts. And the reason why I knew about residuals is because of the music industry. My uncle was the manager for a group called The Boys that sang Down My Heart back in the day. Just call me.
I remember The Boys.
Yeah, Down My Heart. Shout out to The Boys. I heard they live in Africa. Hakeem, get at me. Hakeem, Kyrie, Bilal, Taj, I love y'all. You know what I mean? Shout out to The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah,
You should get residuals.
My Uncle Tito. Hey,
You said you should have.
You still get residuals to this day from the movies?
Jake Steve been collecting them for over 20-something years. That's my point.
He's not giving to you.
He hasn't given me $1. He has me on Pornhub. He has me on you can Google me to this day, over 20 years later, and he's collected everything. And Jaguar Wright just told me he did this to other women, and she knows where he's at. So I'm coming for him.
She does. What did you think he did for a living? Like, what did you think? Or, you know, did he talk about how he made his money? You know
you talking
what I mean?
about Diddy or Jake?
No, Jake.
Oh,
like
no,
at
no.
that time.
At that time, he told me that he was managing a couple of my friends that were dancing.
Oh, okay.
So they were giving him money. So I was like, oh, you want me to be the girlfriend? They're giving you money.
Right.
Like, we're making good love. We're going to make money off of us just making. But then that's when he started introducing me and saying, now you need to make a movie with this guy.
Oh,
and now you got to make a movie with this guy. And it's not just me and him anymore. So I'm like, why you want me to have
it was
sex?
all a part of it. And Jaguar saw that and she knew it.
Right.
And she was able to let you know, which was, how was that clarity for you in knowing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. By the time I got to New York, they already knew who I was.
They did.
Because they had my movies. If you would walk down if you walked around Times Square and all the sex shops, they had me in the window. Because I was the latest movie, Booty Talk 4. I was on the cover, and it's a beautiful cover. All of our asses look good on that cover. For real. Shout out to my ladies. Hey, no, it was about our booties talking. They up to like
and
booty.
People get mad because they think that we joke about such a sensitive
but it's
subject.
true.
But I'm like, trauma victims, all you can do is laugh. I mean, what are we gonna do? Cry all day
That's
long?
what I'm saying. If I'm supposed to go through my life and just cry every day,
Thank
and
God.
just
If you don't laugh,
if
you'll
don't
die.
Right? You know,
I mean,
that for real. That's
honestly.
why Drake even said, "Laugh now, cry later." Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but you know now, baby.
Now, speaking of Drake.
Freaky ass nigga. Mustard on a beat, how?
Oh.
So, any things or any
saying that, man.
has there been any rumors regarding Drake that you know of personally as it relates to I forget, there was a rapper that he was out for a while, forget his name, and I should have done better. But he is suing Drake and he's suing Diddy as well. And it's because he was allegedly
Meek Mill.
It wasn't him. It was another one. He was really a up and coming one. And I'll look it up, as we're talking. But
well, I do know that Drake, his dad, was a womanizer and a real pimp. Oh. And his mom was a hoe.
Oh.
And that's how his mom met his dad. His mom was on drugs and a hoe. His dad was pimping. That's why his dad's still running around the man. And so he got the white woman pregnant, and they came out with Drake. Well, Drake's self-esteem is
She's Jewish? His mom?
Yeah, his mom is Jewish, yeah. And she has sex with a black pimp, Drake's daddy, and that's not allegedly. And they created Drake, and when Drake was born, he had a, odd look to him. He's just now coming into his looks, but he's starting to get surgery for it. But anyway, before that, he had an odd look, and he wasn't accepted in his Jewish community, and he wasn't accepted in the black community. So Drake's had low self-esteem his whole life. He's always wanted acceptance. And so, no, he got it fakely because he got into the acting world. That was the initial interaction with the entertainment industry. He booked an acting gig where he played a kid that ended up being in a wheelchair and everything like that. And so Degrassi is the name of the show.
Yes.
Yes. And so he was very, very comfortable on Degrassi, but still he wanted a bigger aspiration to do music. And so he would start to watch all the big names in the music industry and who were popping and who were not. And he had a dream to do it. And I think he even had some premonition on trying to come out or something. But anyway, his music got to Lil Wayne. And then Lil Wayne signed him. But when Lil Wayne ended up going to prison, Drake fucked his bitch.
Oh.
And to apologize when Lil Wayne was getting out, Drake had the nerve to get Lil Wayne's face tattooed on him.
Wow.
Little groupie, freaky ass nigga. So, excuse me, I don't know what I can say.
It's
My apologies.
We'll beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Kendrick said it first. I mean, she's just repeating what Kendrick already said.
Yes, that's what people want to know. The names.
They do want to know the names.
Yeah, and so, Drake started doing his research on American, music and rap and everything. Lil Wayne had found out about him, gave him opportunity, and then Lil Wayne trusted him. He got incarcerated, went to Rikers Island during that time. Drake ended up having sex with Lil Wayne's baby mama, and so his first baby mama, And then right before Lil Wayne was getting out, Drake tried to, or did, get a tattoo of his face and everything, of Lil Wayne's face. Drake did.
Wow.
And even in front of Drake's house in Canada, his big mansion, he has statues of 21 Savage.
Wow.
Okay. You mean to tell me you going to tattoo another man's face on your body? Is that what she's saying? That's what she's saying. I don't think I would get a tattoo of my father on my body. Real talk.
Right? Not himself, but 21 Savage.
Interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, shout out to 21 Savage. I love him too.
Okay.
21.
21.
I love to work with you. 21.
Love it. Love
21.
You.
But I mean,
a statue.
I love you,
it's
but I mean, when I'm driving up,
I would love for you to have a statue. In front of your house
I'm like, that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be mad at you.
You in Carolina, you guys greet me at the entrance. Like that would actually be the lick. You know what I mean? Look, it'd be the lick.
Oh. I love it.
Anyway,
love her.
She Diddy's in the building, y'all.
Consensual.
Now, when you say She Diddy, that's something that you and I have talked about.
It's actually a true persona. When I was working for Diddy,
tell me about that.
It's weird because when he had you on contract.
And that's the part right here that really took me on a whole different level.
And he stood over you, infusing himself into you. It's like soul ties when you have sex with somebody and how part of them stays with you forever. It's kind of like the same thing when he would drug you, because he would have sex with you and then he would conjure up his demonic ritual.
I was going to ask more about that as well. But please finish your sentence and then we'll get back to the demonic rituals.
He would stand over you.
He would just kind of entrance you.
And just whatever he was high talking about, he talking about it over you. I'm the greatest. I get what I want, baby. Yeah. You're going to, take this, no matter what.
Take that,
wow. And he told me, man, you act just like me, man. You business and creative. You just like me. You She Diddy, man. She Diddy. And it just stuck with me. And then every time I be around him, my mannerisms, like sometimes I'll just slap a girl in her booty and she don't even want me to. And I just feel entitled to do so. It's weird.
Wow.
And we're on a natural, we're on a high forever because the drugs that we were forced to do consume through the alcohol and things like that, they are very addictive. And it was to the point that even like we would ask for it sometimes, like, can I get a drink before before the party started? Can I get some? And you kind of knew by the fourth party that something was in it, but it was like my body needed it a little bit. But then it would always be too much. Like, it wasn't like you drink enough to control it. Like, you would drink and then all of a sudden you're passed out. Or you're a zombie, like your body is awake, but your mind is not there. Yeah, you're moving, you're shaking, you're doing stuff. And so,
and just out of it.
Yeah, and so, because I'm Diddy, you know what I mean? Like, certain times or just certain instances will just take me back there, and I'm just like, I'm very confident, I'm very arrogant, I have an ego problem. I take anybody's man or woman, don't matter if they're married.
And you proud of that? You're proud of that? Oh, my bad, the camera stopped, y'all. And you proud of that?
That's
what you saying?
And just out of it.
Yeah, and so, because I'm Diddy, you know what I mean? Like, certain times or just certain instances will just take me back there, and I'm just like, I'm very confident, I'm very arrogant, I have an ego problem. I take anybody's man or woman, don't matter if they're married, in a committed relationship or not, and I feel like I can. Like, I don't care, like, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? And that's wrong. And I know it's wrong, but in the middle of it, I don't care. Like, I get what I want.
How often was these parties? Like every month, every year?
Well, the
every
Labor
week?
Day parties, the white parties were once a year. We had parties in between those parties that weren't not necessarily like publicized, but they still were going down. Like the freak-offs that Cassie speak about, I wasn't necessarily invited to the freak-offs because she was actually his girlfriend. That was them being like, hey, let's have freaky sex today. I was never his girlfriend. I was never his baby mama. I never bore any kids. And I was always with Anthony. Like, Anthony Gallo was my boyfriend. So it was like, he couldn't really manipulate me 100% because I was in a relationship. But then he got Anthony Gallo to start pimping.
And who you mentioned on part one that he did a Sean John campaign.
Yes, Anthony Gallo, he got to book the Sean John campaign because I agreed to work at the white parties. And so while he was pimping me out at the white parties, having me have sex with his guests, while he was secretly recording and creating ways to extort them, and also gaining business, contacts, or, for example, hey, with Jacob the jeweler, I'll give you this $100,000 Rolex if you get to let me go in the room with her. And I would go in the room with him, and then he would get the Rolex. I wouldn't get anything extra. But Jacob the jeweler, they did give me $1,000 extra for him. But after Jacob, I never got anything else for. And you
would just be there, and it would just.
And I would just be, fulfilling people's sexual desires.
What made
for
you
$500?
No,
but you were promised that.
I was always hired to do the go-go. Remember, the party only turned salacious at the end of the night, so I thought I would still take the $500.
Got it.
Still still
go dancing during the party, having a good time,
right?
And
networking.
Then once that was over, it was different.
So the go-go, I'm assuming, not with the sex and everything, I'm assuming that a go-go dancer at a high-end all-white Diddy party makes about $500 a night. Somewhere around in there. I never knew the prices. I thought it would have been $5,000 a night at a Diddy party, and all those go-go dancers that be on the swing or up in the air. I'm picturing my.
But like I said, by the third, fourth party, I was already invested, and I felt like if I give up now, then I'm never gonna come out. My goal was to get my music out, my group out, and to be able to, play my music for the world and perform. Like, just like you guys love Beyonce. Everybody was paying hundreds and thousands of dollars per ticket. And she's trying to be me.
Beyonce.
Yes. Do you know how that feels to be at home watching her on TV? And she had to she took your whole name and became a stripper persona behind the partition.
Yeah. You,
for some reason, I just feel that I need to say this. I don't think she's trying. If this is the case, if you're right, I don't think she's trying to be you. She is being you. She's being whatever she want to be. She's a superstar. I think you need to clarify your words
It's
right there.
mentioned in part one.
And she had to she took your whole name and became a stripper persona behind the partition.
Yeah. You
She didn't
mentioned in part one, yeah.
She didn't become Beyonce Fierce. Why'd you have to become Sasha? That's a Russian name. You change your exotic Beyonce name to Sasha to have a stripper persona. You got famous as Destiny Child. So when she did that, and they just had me at the house on EBT and getting out of mental hospital, just like if Beyonce to this day had never been allowed to sing and dance and be on stage and have Blue Ivy up there dancing. Right now, she was forced to have worked at Walmart this whole time, she'd be crazy. The real Beyonce, if she was denied this whole time to sing and rap and perform, but she has it in her, she'd be somewhere crazy. That's me.
Got it.
Did you had sex with Jay-Z?
What up, ho? I'm gonna say this. Jay-Z grew up in the Marcy Projects, and Marcy is my last name before I got married 1 year ago and became English. Marcy, Jay-Z grew up in the Marcy Projects. Marcy, if you Google it, M-A-R-C-E-Y, though. He grew up in the M-A-R-C-Y Projects, but it's still the same name. Marcy means female name, meaning God of War. And I'm ready, Jay. Come on, Hove. Grew up in the Marcy Projects. Hove, let's do that project. You know what I mean? He
you didn't or you did?
well,
tell me about it.
Well,
Tell me about it.
After they orchestrated to have Aaliyah taken out of here.
Oh, you don't want to say, of course. Okay. So we'll just not say.
We drink to that.
Yeah, we'll drink to that. Yes.
Shout out to the masterminds.
Okay, so people want to know the
building.
celebrities that were there. Prince William.
Why was Reverend Al Sharpton there?
Or Harry.
I want to know.
It's definitely Harry.
Here we go.
Why was Reverend Al Sharpton? Hey, y'all, why was Reverend Al Sharpton there?
Oh. Was he skinny?
He was heavy.
He bigger? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What business did he have to do there? Reverend Al. Reverend, why was you there, Reverend?
Was T.D. Jakes there? Do you know? Oh,
not there. It was the Reverend for me.
Oh, wow.
Reverend Al. Why was you there, Reverend?
Did you ever see Carl Winslow?
I saw Paris Hilton. I saw Diana Ross.
That's from Family Matters.
I saw Evan Ross.
Oh, wow.
I saw
Her son?
Diana Ross.
And when he was underage at the time?
And he was doing cocaine. Allegedly.
Oh.
Donald Trump was there with all his kids. Every time he made the announcement, they didn't go home.
Wow. And what was the announcement?
Kris Jenner, I'm going to whoop your ass. Anyway, that wasn't the announcement. The announcement.
Okay.
The announcement.
Shout out to Kris Jenner. I love her. But I don't know. Is there anything that you know different about Miss Kris? I think she's a PR beast. I think she did amazing things for kids.
Well, when I gave Ray
I want her
J,
to adopt me, low key, depending on what you say
right
after this interview.
Well, I gave Ray J and Kim Kardashian the connect to get their adult movie shot and done.
Because you had experience. You would know. Yeah.
No, because I had already shot it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all grew up together, me and Ray J and Brandy in the same church. We're all from the Church of Christ, and their dad, Brother Noah, was my vocal coach. Me and Kim had the same hairdresser in Beverly Hills. So I initially, when I was getting out of the chair, she was coming to get in the chair, I gave her the connect then, but she never really called, or if she did, they didn't pay attention to her. But when I gave it to Ray J, they did, and they ended up shooting it, but her mama didn't like all the angles that Kim was looking in, and so she had the movie reshot.
I heard that Ray J said that. He allegedly said, well, no,
her
he said
mama.
that. He said that. Those are his claims.
They ain't allegedly.
Yeah,
her mama had it reshot. And her mom, all of them been having sex with Diddy. And they could sue me if they say I'm lying. Chloe is O.J. Simpson's daughter. She was having sex with O.J. Also, Courtney has a baby with Justin Bieber. One of Courtney's kids.
Kourtney Kardashian.
Kourtney Kardashian. If you guys do a DNA test.
Allegedly, I can't.
Also, we'll say allegedly, but just do the DNA test. Just do the DNA test. One of her kids is the DNA, and then Justin Bieber's kid with Haley is not even their biological. They artificially inseminated her because Justin's been stressed out and he hasn't been able to get her pregnant. So for the PR and the look of it, they're saying it's about time her be pregnant.
Alleged.
Girlfriend is spilling all kinds of beans.
Allegedly, but y'all do the DNA test. Just do the DNA test. DNA tests don't lie. I bet you if there's nothing wrong, they'll do the DNA test with no problem. But I bet you they won't do it, or we got to get court orders to do it. And they coochie bump. Kourtney and Kim Kardashian, they all have sex with each other.
Allegedly. Like, that's
Allegedly.
crazy.
But Kim, but Kris Jenner participated with the rituals with my friend, and my friend had to stab her to get out the room because Kris Jenner, and my friend when she had to strap Justin Bieber down while Diddy and two of his sons, Justin and Christian, had sex with him He had them having sex with people when they were like 8 and 9 years old, and they were even having orgasms. They were really having busting, not because my friend, she was 11 years old, and Justin and Christian would have sex with her, and they were younger than her, and they would finish. They wouldn't just pump it; they would actually finish. Because Diddy been giving them drugs out the bottle. He been doping them their whole life. That's not allegedly. He has sex with his twin daughters. That's not I'm gonna say allegedly, and that's why he had Kim taken out of here because he said it was double the pleasure with him.
Don't say that. Are y'all serious? This thing is getting worse and worse. She just said that Puffy is having... Did y'all hear that before? That with the twins. Double the pleasure. Have y'all heard that? For real? Oh my goodness,
having
man.
His daughters, he don't need her.
Oh my God.
It's with his twin daughters. That's not I'm gonna say allegedly, and that's why he had Kim taken out of here because he said it was double the pleasure with him having his daughters. He don't need her because his mama, who's really his auntie, has been grooming him from a child because his dad got killed when he was a baby, and his dad was supposed to groom him to take over the throne when his daddy got old, but he ended up getting killed. So the mom, auntie, thought it was her responsibility to groom him, but when he hit adolescence, she started having sex with him because he resembled his father. And so she's the one that started having him have sex with her. And they even have sex up to this day. That's why he has everything in her name. And her name ain't Janice, it's Miss Jackson. No, actually, her name ain't Janice. Her real name is Janet. Miss Combs, because you nasty.
Oh, wow. Whoa. How do you know all this? How did this information come to you? Like how...
Well... I know
these are crazy allegations. You know, it all sounds like, you know the viewers. Yeah, it's.
And that's what happens. The stuff is so crazy. They don't think nobody believe it. Big homie CC said that. Ain't nobody believe me. I've been saying this for years. 50 Cent been saying this for years. It's so crazy that. Oh, he just making that gotta be a joke, man. Ain't nobody having sex with no kids. He a superstar. Ain't nobody having sex with their twin daughters. I don't know, man. I don't put nothing past nobody anymore.
Hard to digest that.
Right. Well, my friend, the 11-year-old, she just came out recently on the Lionel B show. I got her an interview. Shout out to
Lionel B.
Misha, yeah, and shout out to Lionel B. Mm-hmm. But she's actually had a threesome with Diddy and his mother. She's had a threesome with Diddy and Nelly. And when they got her pregnant, the mom, Diddy's mom, auntie, was drinking her breast milk. They was keeping her in a cage, and they cut the babies out of her stomach at the house. She has a C-section scar, but she's never had a C-section. She has one son that she had when she got away from them. She had it naturally vaginally, and the doctors told her they don't understand why she has C-section scars when her body is made to have it naturally, and that's because they cut 2 babies out of her. And she believes that oldest daughter, Chance, is her daughter because when the baby came out, Diddy said, I'm going to give her a chance. I'm going to take a chance. And they said that it was Sarah's baby, but Sarah ain't never been pregnant. That's my friend's baby, and we could do a DNA test. That's not allegedly. Let's go. Sue me if I'm lying.
Anybody mentioned in this video is more than welcome to reach us out and come here.
Yes.
Tell your
and,
part of
and
the story.
Absolutely. And tell your story as well.
And I hope this is going to be in court.
Oh, the trial starts May 2025. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Even if I go in there representing myself, the truth will prevail and God is in the building.
I wanted to ask specifically, though, when you said at the beginning of the interview that you would go in and see the demonic rituals and things like that, what did that look like for you? There was a lady on TMZ who said, that she walked in and she saw, huddles of people. And in the huddles, there were little people, quote unquote, AKA kids, okay, minors. And Harvey Levin, specified, are you talking about, shout out to Harvey Levin.
Hey, Harvey.
Hey.
Love you. And Charles, love TMZ. Mwah.
Yes.
Love you guys.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Has the demonic rituals, what did that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because the reason for the huddle was because the minors were under teenage years. These were like 8, 9, 7-year-olds that were dressed up
like the
sexy
dolls,
with red lipstick. Yeah. And they had them performing fellatio, oral sex. And that's why they were covering the circle. So everyone that was, because just because you were in the big room doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be cool with that. But everyone that was cool with that stood around in the huddle.
Whoa.
Kind of like a rap cipher. And they in the middle. And people that were taking turns getting fellatio were major celebrities.
Did you see
I don't want to say DiCaprio. I ain't said nothing allegedly. I ain't going to say Biden.
Not Jack from Titanic.
Biden.
I'm not going to say Harry, the prince.
Oh, my
I'm not going to say it.
Ooh. Okay. Well.
I'm not going to say it.
There are animals as well.
Oh, yes. They participated in animals.
Not bestiality. Okay, so this is going to be a hardcore trigger warning on this one. Like, we're going deep. Like,
imagine.
I need a drink. Like, imagine. Shot. This is a lot to take in.
Imagine flying an exotic fish and paying thousands of dollars just to have sex with them while they're alive, to bust a nut in them while they're alive. Fish. Exotic fish.
From Japan.
And he would make the kids have sex with the animals.
Oh.
Dogs, goats, sheep.
No. You witnessed this?
Allegedly.
What would you do? What can we do?
We were all zombies.
Oh my God.
It's like everybody's walking around like looking like this.
Not knowing if you think you're seeing what you're seeing.
And it makes you horny. Stuff that you wouldn't do. If you're a straight male, now you're having gay sex.
Whoa.
If you were never would have looked at a minor, now this little girl with lipstick look good to you.
Whoa.
And he was recording everybody. So then when you sobered up the next day, you were like, what?
What did I do?
If you remembered or if you didn't. If you didn't.
Right. That's what I keep saying that also. It's like, you don't know what's in these drinks. And these drinks have been spiked. You at this party. You chilling. You got Puffy party. You taking these drinks. The drinks are spiked. Now you into this zombie horse tranquilizer that she's talking about. And you're realizing, I thought I was just drunk. Now you so drunk or so out of your mind that you having sex with minors. And Puffy is recording it. Now, I just came to the party. I just came and had fun, right? Then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 days later, Puffy's showing me clips of the tapes of what I did. Yeah, this is what you did at the party. I got a lot at stake. I got a wife and kids and a family at home. I don't want this to be seen. I'm glad you said that, because it's going to cost you $5 million or I'm showing it. That's how this stuff been happening.
Remember, he told you what you did. And if you did remember, you're like, oh, man, you only did that.
I done cracked the code.
So he was torturing you, make you remember what happened if you did that.
And then he will remind you that he recorded you. So if you want to go tell, I suggest you not do that.
And that's another reason you had to keep coming back, because he
Had it over you.
was threatening
Right.
and everybody.
And then everyone that was a celebrity or a politician or a king or a prince, he had that over you, so you didn't want to lose your stature or that be, but now it's coming out. He thought none of this was going to come out until he was dead 20 years later. That's why he made people sign those agreements, those NDAs that said, you can't, that's why Justin can't talk.
I was going to just
Justin
ask
Bieber
about
wants
Justin
to talk.
Bieber.
He signed that where a lot of millions he would have to pay.
Man, F that paper. F that piece of paper. I don't give a... I will be talking, boy. You better be lucky it ain't me. I'll be talking. F that paper. Yeah, who
He goes in and
podcast
talks.
want me to go
Now,
on?
there was...
Shout out to
He in
Justin.
jail,
Justin,
too?
holler at me. I'll get you all the information. We ain't got to tell the press. Just get at me, Justin. I want to cry for you and with you, Justin. You did not deserve it. And Usher, you about to get your ass kicked because you took him over there and you knew what Diddy was going to do to him. Usher, you knew. That's why they asked you, what's his name?
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern asked you, Usher, would you take your own kids over there? You said, hell no. But you going to take Justin over there knowing what he was going to do to him? It's on site with you too, Usher. Even though we was cool, me and you, T-Pain, all kicked in the studio doing shots, and I met you several times, man, Usher, you gonna burn. Let it burn. Like, come on. This is your confession? Man, we gonna all stand around you and whoop your ass, Usher. Lashes. You need lashes.
Ooh, she said a lot, cuz. Whoa, she said a whole lot about who Usher is behind these closed doors. When they on stage, they're this big star, but when they behind
You
stage,
too, Usher. Even though we was cool,
the
me and
heck
you,
are they
T-Pain,
doing?
all kicked in the studio doing shots, and I met you several times, man, Usher, you gonna burn. Let it burn. Like, come on. This is your confession? Man, we gonna all stand around you and whoop your ass, Usher. Lashes. You need lashes. Stones. Public mockery. That's what you need. Justin will never have his complete life back. He'll always be haunted about all this to this day because of you, Usher. It was your chance. God gave you the position to save somebody, and you chose to sacrifice him. What did he promise you, Usher? What did he tell you was going to get to bring him somebody? And did you get it? Did you get it? Are you experiencing now all this running around you doing? Getting every woman who's in a relationship, getting them in trouble with their man because you got the power of seduction on you right now? Is that what you asked Diddy for, the power of seduction? Yeah, your time is coming too. J-Lo, I'm on your head, J-Lo.
What did J-Lo do?
She stuck
wow,
a
she
champagne
dropping
glass that they
everybody.
cracked on the table and was broke with jagged edges, and it was sticking it in my friend over and over. And that ain't allegedly. She was only 11 years old, and with her coochie and in her booty so bad that they had to do reconstructive surgery on her, and J-Lo was laughing the whole time. On with my bare hands, J-Lo. Come back to America, ho. It's on. I don't care if we at the Met Gala, the Grammys. I'm running up on you.
Whoa.
In Jesus' name.
At what J-Lo was this? Was it Jenny from...
Girlfriend, the other one hasn't said hardly nothing. She probably
From the block?
struck.
Like, was it Selena?
Stuck,
Was it,
huh?
later
It was
on
all
in
in
her
J-Lo's.
career?
It's always been her.
Whoa.
That's why she slid him the gun in the club and let my other homegirl get shot in her face. J-Lo was a drug runner. All of that. Dreams to be in the entertainment industry.
Which J-Lo was this?
At what
she say which
J-Lo was
J-Lo
this?
was
Was
this?
it Jenny from the block? Like, was it Selena? Was it, later
It was all
on in
in
her
J-Lo's.
career?
It's always
Jennifer
been her.
Lopez.
Whoa.
That's why she slid him the gun in the club and let my
It's
other
all of
homegirl
them.
get shot in her face. J-Lo was a drug runner. All of that. Dreams to be in the entertainment industry. She sold her soul too.
Oh, my God.
But when you mess with kids, that's when you draw the line, bitch.
Whoa. These are, allegedly.
I ain't no allegedly.
That's
You
where I
did
draw
that.
the line.
She did that to my friend. And
Ain't
I'm
no
going to whoop her
allegedly.
ass if I get the opportunity. That ain't
Ain't no
allegedly. And
allegedly.
sue me if I'm lying.
If I draw the line with kids, with people who can't protect themselves.
It was actually
Ain't no
𝗗𝗡𝗡𝗚 was the rapper that I was talking about. That Drake is alleging that Drake and Diddy essayed him for years.
I don't know anything about him.
And he came out very publicly. He came into the business very innocent. By the time he left, he was denouncing everything, you know, saying that it was the devil, that there's spirit and evil forces. It's the reason why people
run out of there.
They do. And he was suicidal. He said, I just want to drive my car off, like I just want to die. There's footage of him and Drake, you know, him being on Drake's private plane and, you know, made to do sit-ups and be recorded and just humiliated.
And Drake doesn't like women. If you notice that one video, he has all the names on dog collars. When he has girls in his, you know, privately, he makes them eat out of dog bowls. And he puts a chain and everything on them and he pays them. But Drake deep down doesn't like women. That's why. But he wants to be one. It's the weirdest psychology. That's why he getting BBLs. And his nose
Interesting,
done.
Right?
It's like you have a hatred for women, but you want to be one at the same time while acting like a man. It's weird.
Is that why Kendrick kind of...
Kendrick's telling the truth.
Just kind of let the...
Mustard on that beat.
Spilled the beans on that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And how did you stop going to these parties? You got pregnant, they stopped calling you?
Anthony Gallo started cheating on me with Rihanna and Megan Good and other models in the industry. And the girls I was working at the strip club with, he would have...
Everybody,
yeah. He basically looked at
me. He was for the streets.
He was for the streets. He started pimping and all of that. And when I moved myself to Harlem after I found that out, I couldn't lay next to him anymore. I was coming home from work and the car had followed me, jumped out. Jadakiss and them was standing there, like nobody even helped me. The police station was right there. I got away from the girls. I ran into my building.
Shit, man. Who gonna take his place? Somebody gonna take his place? Usher. He said Usher gonna take his place. Diddy go to jail and all this Diddy stuff die down. We ain't even started talking about the tunnels. Way before Puffy was born, this daggone sex trafficking and kids being missing been happening. It's a shame, man. So yeah, just because Puffy go to jail and it die down, these people, these little kinky, horny people gonna keep being horny and keep wanting to fondle kids with they nasty stuff. They nasty, man. So anyway, oh man, let me get on back. Let me finish up this reaction, bruh. God damn, right at the end. But yeah, check that video out I sent you. Most definitely, I'll holler at you. All right, later. Yeah, sometimes I gotta stop and I wanted y'all to hear a little bit of that on purpose, but you didn't hear the part I wanted you to hear. You know, people is anyway, let's get back to this video.
And pimping and all of that. And when I moved myself to Harlem after I found that out, I couldn't lay next to him anymore. I was coming home from work and the car had followed me, jumped out. Jadakiss and them was standing there, like nobody even helped me. The police station was right there. I got away from the girls. I ran into my building. And after that, I was like, I'm out of here. And I was about to turn 30 years old. It was
so a car
December 2000.
Girls got out the car.
Yeah, they were behind. They were following me. Yeah, I just got off work. Okay. Yeah, and they followed me from my Larry Flynt's Hustler Club, and they jumped out. And they were trying to get my money and my phone. And then when I went like this, and I ended up busting one of them in the mouth. And then when I happened to create a distraction, I just ran. I had my key in my hand. I ran into the building.
And you said Jadakiss was sitting there, standing there.
He was on the block. I'm not saying he was there for it, but he was just outside on the block.
I was like, wow.
I don't know if he was out there on the block for a reason, but
interesting.
And then
oh my God!
I'm stopped going to the parties. Then you stopped going to the parties.
I fled back to California.
How do you know that that was a direct hit on you from Diddy?
Because they were saying bad boy, bitch.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's an answer. Wow. I'm so sorry that happened to you, though.
Everything.
For real. Everything. Like, how have you been doing now mentally and for
Mentally,
your soul?
I need.
What are we doing?
We need help because all of us victims, we need real psychological therapy. We need. We can't. None of us can work no more. It's a special kind of Social Security they're gonna have to create, or something for us because
post-trauma.
It's very traumatic. PTSD in the worst way because like we could just be doing whatever and then hear a noise and it could just take you back. You just all of a sudden a zombie. Like I said, we're always high because the chemicals he put in your body stay forever. So we're always high. And then if you want to have a drink with a friend, you have the drink, then all of a sudden you could just snap back into your past. And now all of a sudden you're blacked out. Now you're doing things that you wouldn't have been doing. Like I just drank some wine. Everybody thinking that you an alcoholic. Everybody thinking you on hard drugs. I just smoke weed and I drink and I do. Eventually I want to get off of that. But it's just the only coping mechanism I know of because I don't have money to afford Dr. Phil and Ivana Fix My Life. And I hope they can holler at me because I'm down to come on their shows. But, I have a son, a 9-year-old son I'm taking care of, 2 dogs. I can't work anywhere. They bleed in me, you know what I'm saying? There's killers on my head, bounty on me. I'm only getting like $900 a month in unemployment, a little bit of EBT. And everybody says, well, why are you talking now? Like, why are you, you've been quiet all this time. And when I did try to speak back in 2010, they put me in a mental hospital.
Wow.
And I had to lie and say that it was a fantasy of mine to work for Diddy, that for them to let me out. And they also put my Jane Doe in a mental hospital, and Diddy's lawyer signed her out. And she had to say the same thing, that it was a fantasy, we made it all up.
And now that he's in prison, people feel safe.
Oh, no, we don't feel safe because he has his third bail hearing tomorrow, and they just ran up in his cell and confiscated all of his paperwork. And I guess he had like notes and stuff that he was planning on using to go into trial with. And because they took those notes, he's now trying to say that, not a fair trial or he's being targeted. Sabotage. And I think they didn't doing this on purpose, a way to get him off. Because they said my name is in the papers that he was, scribbling on. He has my name in it. Yes, I don't mind going into court and represent myself, but if anybody want a piece of this and you're a lawyer who's not afraid, a lot of people won't take us because
if anybody want a piece of
my
this,
name in it.
Wow.
Yes, I don't mind going into court and represent myself, but if anybody want a piece of this and you're a lawyer who's not afraid, a lot of people won't take us because the names that we're given.
How about Busby?
We contacted him and he didn't take either one of us.
Interesting.
He told us both he'll call us back and no one's called us back. Nobody got a bag. And then, I was going to help you out because you already got 100 and something people, you know what I mean? I want to stand alone. Or at least just me and my homegirl. Because these people may have had one interaction or one scenario.
Probably saying the same
Both
thing.
of ours is years of time, babies being put in, people taken out and torture. I don't want these people that may have had a one-time interaction to water down our case, or they get upgraded because they're part of our. Not like that. A victim is a victim, and to God be the glory. I hope everyone gets their justice. But I just know what I've been through. I know what my girl's been through, because we were there together. I ate the strawberries off her breast, and she's 14 years old laying there. I didn't know she was 14, but at some point she did tell me her age, and I said, "Just tell me you're 17," because to me I was thinking at least that's older than that, but that's still a minor. Yeah. So you made me be a pedophile,
Right.
And so anybody else that's, I don't know to the extent of what their damages and what they went through. And, shout out to all my victims, but I need somebody who's going to specifically pay attention to what I went through and what she went through because it's very, very key.
Exactly, it is.
You feel safe?
That's what everybody
No, I feel
wants.
safe through the Lord. I'm moving around, though. We're not at one place,
Right. Oh, you're blessed and highly favored. You know that. You know that, you're covered in Christ's blood. So
Exactly.
You do know that.
And if he was supposed to be getting away with this, then it would still be so. It's been over 30 years since the 90s, and if God didn't want any of this revealed, it would still be hidden.
Did you happen to hear Diddy on one of his tapes, phone calls to his son, talking about the Netflix movie with the release date? Who was on that movie?
Is he talking about the one 50 Cent's doing?
That's AI.
Did he do it?
I believe. I don't know. I wouldn't know what the
50 has
Netflix
a series coming
movie
out.
is.
He sold it to Netflix.
He said it was it has a release date. So that's what he's saying on his phone.
And that's probably what he's talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I have a couple episodes on that as well.
Nah. They talking about an AI call. That was an AI phone call, and everybody confirmed it, and everybody
Coming out.
that was an
Wow.
AI
So
call,
that has to be because
Did he do it?
The other one, the downfall of Diddy.
Did he do it? Oh,
Right.
God.
The other one,
I'm late.
the downfall of Diddy is on Tubi. Shot through TMZ. I'm on that one.
Just
Just like
you
they,
are.
yeah, just like
You
they
are.
filmed Ali.
You
They
are.
just haven't shown mine yet.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I'm excited to see what light they paint me in.
So after the trial and everything's settled, what do you want to do? You want to sing? You want to have a show?
Definitely, I have a book, I have a movie, and a soundtrack that I've written
What are
myself.
your dreams after?
Yes, but I definitely want to put my music out. I definitely want to act. My thing is I want to be a humanitarian philanthropist. I want to go around and giving away money. To God be the glory. I want to get real therapy, set my son up to be straight, and then after that, I just want to help.
Got it. Oh, what a good heart you have.
Thank you. Well, they say the money from the wicked is stored up for the righteous. So I do believe that God has known his ultimate plan is perfect. And this whole time the devil thought he was winning, and he chewed Diddy up and spit him out. And Diddy has one more opportunity in prison to save his soul, but he's obviously choosing to still continue, evil behavior. And instead of him admitting and dropping to his knees and saying, please, everybody forgive me, I am wrong, I want to save my soul, he's choosing to still mask behind his persona and the evil. And so, soul salvation is real. You're either going to heaven or you're going to hell. And he's obviously choosing up. So God gave him one more opportunity to, recognize who God is and to save his soul. But if he doesn't recognize, he's not going to make it through his sentence. We predict that he's going to be approached in the showers.
Oh my goodness. Ooh. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to the public?
I want to say to the public, thank you. Thank you guys for finally kind of coming over to, the light and seeing that we're not lying. Why would we want to expose ourselves and put ourselves in this if we didn't feel like it was something that you guys need to know about? I could have chose to remain quiet. And it's like, for you guys to get upset that I'm trying to tell you what's going on is really a trip. But I do thank everyone that has realized that, what would be the point of lying on this man and doing all this and running around, can't eat after nobody, drink after nobody, it's but for everyone that's given us positive support, keep doing that. Everything will be revealed in the trial. Shout out to everybody. Please, please, please Google the plan of salvation. All you got to do is hear, believe, repent, confess, and be baptized. Water baptism, and God will save your soul. To all my girls that are in the sex industry, the sex game, you are not too dirty to go to heaven. God loves you. I had a conversation with a girl in my dressing room when I was a dancer, and I invited her to church because I was that dancer that danced on a Saturday night and would go to church on Sunday. And I invited her to church, and she said, girl, I done sucked too many to go to heaven. Jesus don't want me. And yes, he does. That's especially who he wants. That's why I used to have the prostitutes walk with him. If you're already saved, he don't need you. He needs the sinners, people that need their souls rescued. And that's what I'm here for. I led a lot of people down the wrong path when I was in the adult entertainment industry and the sex world. And because they have my movies on tape, there's still people that watch them to this day. But to God be the glory. All of it's going to be scrubbed from the internet one day. And if I've led you down the wrong path, please let your eyes be open and you turn to Jesus. In Jesus' name, God be the glory.
Amen.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you. I love you so much. You are so strong, and you're helping so many people through your story and through your testimony. And I appreciate you.
God bless you. And if anybody can find it in their heart to cash up anything, $1, $3.
Yes,
it's just to help me pay for my hotel room, put gas in the car, and stay healthy. I can't keep eating McDonald's, so sometime I can go into Ralph's and get some pre-made rotisserie chicken or something. We can't just eat the processed food every day, or until we get into a home, Lord, I can cook again.
Yes. Amen. Very soon. So if it touches your heart, anything helps. $5, $10, and she cannot work right now. She's a big target. She took a big risk coming here today. It's one of the few podcasts that she's coming in person, right? Most of them through
I've been denying everybody because of Danny is why I'm here, and because of the whole story. But there's a lot of people that are contacting me, but I don't need no more press.
Thank you for coming here.
I love you, girl.
Love you too.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to Tanner over there. Shout out to Tanner.
Everyone Tanner. Show your face.
Show your face, Tanner. Look at how cute he is, everybody. He got a great haircut. Look at that.
Yeah, I like Tanner.
Tune in next time for a face reveal.
I love it. He's my John Doe. He's my John Doe, everyone. All right.
I love you. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Part 2.
Subscribe and like.
Yes.
Hit subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Share.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Wow. Check it out. I always try to let it play all the way to the end, man. Love they setup, man. They setup is awesome. Ladies, your setup is awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing. Keep studying and keep learning. I say that to everybody. You gotta keep learning. Keep growing your craft. I'm still growing my craft. That was interesting, man. I think that Miss English, I'm calling Miss English. Be careful out there. I cannot believe she wants to be called She Diddy, man. You want to get far away from that name, that persona, that stuff y'all did. I was shocked when she said that blink twice. I gotta see the movie. I gotta watch the movie. It's more about their life and stuff. So, wow, I gotta see the movie. Look here, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all let me know if you're an ender, meaning that you made it to the end, the very end. If you hear my voice right here, say ender for sure. Ender for sure. For sure, I am an ender. Thank y'all, appreciate it. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.